Yeah, the camera fell out. Because all these fancy people that are in the fashion world and stuff like that, most of them, you know what they do? They kind of walk with the twinkle, with the twinkle toes and stuff like that. They walk around with a twinkle. And those are the ones that are dressing you. So then you go, but that's gonna be a back and but that's gonna be a back and forth type of thing, man. But just to cut them with the nonsense that they want to come with because they think they're cutting you. Meanwhile, they're being dressed by a fruitcake, you know, with a lot of sugar in it and stuff like that. Artificial sugar at that, GMO sugar even. Right. So it says here, Proverbs 1:26. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. So in Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. Now, when these things were done, the princes came to me, saying, the people of Israel and the priests and the Levites have not separated themselves from the people of the lands, doing according to their abominations, even of the Canaanites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, the Jebusites, the Ammonites, the Moabites, the Egyptians, which is Mizraim, and the Amorites, right? Because even the Moabites and the Ammonites, we wasn't supposed to be mingling with them, but we did. Now you could have the excuse talking about what about Ruth? Yeah, that's an example. Exemptment, I should say. Not as a whole nation, we're supposed to be making each other with them. First and foremost, the Most High already warned you for that. You do have individual Jacob descendants, of course. I mean, the greatest came through a Moabite woman, man. But she was not a regular Moabite woman. She was literally one of the greatest of her own nation. I think she was the greatest of her entire nation. Just like how Moses was the most meekest man in the world, and at that time there were millions of people in the world, and still Moses was the most meek. Let that sink in. So, and also before Moses, you had Noah, which of the millions of people that were upon the planet Earth, Noah was the only one that was good and perfect. It says it right there, in the book of Genesis. So, you do have people that are unique, and therefore the Most High chooses them. Right? So, Ezra chapter 9, verse 2. They have taken of their daughters for themselves and for their sons, so that the holy seed have mingled themselves with with the people of those lands. Yea, the hand of the earth comes, the hand of the princes and rulers had been chief in this trespass. Is the rulers, man. Started with Jesse Jackass. You have creep low dollar. All these rhinos and stuff like that. Making mockery, making money, making merchandise of the Most High's work and of his teachings and stuff like that. Esau does that same thing. And he been doing it for a few centuries right about now. Because the first thing that he does is what? As soon as December pops up, he's just trying to make some money. But he's going to use the scriptures. Make not my father's house into a house of merchandise. But what are they doing? They're making merchandise. Because it's not Yahweh birthday, day of birth. I should say. I hate that word, birthday, because it's gonna come up in your mind as a feast day. I'm talking about the day of birth. Let's say that was better, because he was born in the spring. But that fake so-called birthday celebration thing, all they're trying to do is make money, because the whole year round they don't sell as much as they sell during the so-called feast days. That should show you that they're making merchandise off of the Lord, His word. Everything that has to do with the Lord, they're making merchandise of it. But the funny thing is that they celebrate two people. They say that they celebrate Caesar Borgia, which they don't even do. But they do push that idea. But they openly and with the eye, as far and as often as you can see and as far as you can see, they do celebrate the flying reindeer guy. That's the one that they push in the forefront. That's like me coming to your house on your birthday, and then I bring a friend that's also on his day of birth on your days. Let's just say birthday. His birthday is on your days also. And then I come to your house and celebrate his birthday, and I take and I take your guests, and then I go party with him somewhere else or something like that. That's exactly what Esau's doing with Caesar Borgia and with the flying reindeer guy. So he's even cheating him out of his fake birthday. But it's actually the flying reindeer guy. It's actually Nimrod. So he's not cheating his own idol Caesar Borgia. He's cheating you, because you're the one that believe in Caesar Borgia. Oh, it's the birth of Jesus. You know. Meanwhile, he's celebrating Nimrod, and he's scamming Nimrod too, because he made Nimrod a fat white dude with flying reindeers. And if you type in Nimrod, reindeer, and just type in Google Nimrod reindeer, you're gonna see Nimrod with a reindeer in his hand. He was a big dude, by the way. Giant. He was a giant. Anyway, Ezra chapter 10, verse 2. But yeah, it was the leaders that was actually causing these things to happen. Going worshiping other heathen nations and stuff like that. Mingling with them, but also worshiping their works, because that's exactly what's happening nowadays. The northern tribes, what are they doing? They be worshiping all these idols of these other heathen nations, especially Esau, man. You know, some of these Latin tribes, when you talk to them, you just see, I don't know, you see caucus feces flying out their fucking mouth, you know. And with the southern tribes, you see ham feces, ham shit coming up out of their mouth when they talk, you know. So they don't know what the hell is going on, man. But anyway, back to the story where I was saying, I'm actually allowed to be angry upon them, because my love is different toward, and my hatred, my anger, is different toward yours. I'm gonna give you an example. If you have a favorite sports team that's playing or whatever, right? You are allowed to criticize that team unto their death, unto their shame, spitting on them, angry, because you love them, right? if they would play good, you would have nothing to say about them. A lot of times it's the people that love you turn against you harder because they don't want you to do certain things, right? So we're going against the northern tribes and the southern tribes, because we can do that because we love them more than they love them freaking selves, right? And then, but somebody else can't say it. I'm gonna give you an example how I get hatred. I hear other Jakes say dumb shit like on black fatigue. I'm gonna put your ass. The violent anger that I get when I hear a Jake say that, because he's jumping for Esau. But if I say it, which I don't, but if I do say it, but if I say it, which I don't, but if I do decide to say it, it's actually because I don't want the Jacob descendants to be doing these type of things, to where I'm getting tired of their nonsense, man. You know? But I will not say like how Esau is saying, or gearing Esau up by saying that dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not on my team. You're not of my team. So therefore, you can't criticize my team. You know? You got people like, for example, Jesse Lee Peterson. You got guys like Andrew Tate. You got females like Candace Owens. Watch their snout when they speak about so-called black people. They say them. You know, these black people. They don't say us. Watch them, man. You gotta analyze some certain people when they open their fucking mouth. You know, when they say dumb shit, and then I get angry. And people might be like, why are you angry? Why are you saying dumb shit though? You know? Why are you saying dumb shit? Don't come around me with them skin jokes, because I'm very violent in my head. Don't come around me with them skin jokes, bro. I don't like that shit. I tell you that. Don't come around me with them skin jokes. Don't be thinking that you look like better than me. I ain't down with that shit. Cause I got some racist shit to say too. So don't do that with me. Don't do that, man. Why you do that, man? Then you're gonna be like he has hatred. Yeah, you caused that. You caused that shit. But other than that, I'm a cool cat, man. Just don't play around with that skin color shit. I don't like that. Of my own people. But still, like I said, I'm allowed to criticize them because I would want them to do good. I'm not from the other team, like how you have Jesse Lee Peterson, Candace Owens, and Andrew Tate. When they say something about Jake, watch how they say it. They say you black people. That's what that's how they, listen how they talk, man. Listen how they talk. Anyway, Ezra 10 and 2. And Shechaniah, yeah, the son of Jael, one of the sons of Elam, which was a Jacob descendant. You had Jacob descendants that had the name Elam too. One of the sons of Elam answered and said unto Ezra, we have trespassed against our power, Yahweh, and have taken strange wives of the people of the land. Yet now there is hope in Israel concerning this thing. So, but I'm just giving you an example of that they had strange wives, but replace the strange wife with strange gods. Replace the strange wives with strange doctrines. Replace the strange wives with strange philosophies, which is, philosophy is actually basically something that you love. Phil is love, and Sophia is wisdom. They love wisdom of the heathen nations, man. They love that science so falsely called. That's their philosophy. And the doctrine is something that they go by, which is something that they have been taught. You know what I'm saying? For example, the abortion thing. That's a doctrine of Esau, man. And they love that doctrine. So it's also, you could say philosophy or whatever, but the point is there's a difference. Philosophy is a wisdom that you love, which is, for example, their science so falsely called, and the other one is the doctrine, the things that they want to live by, the codes, the morals and whatever that they want to live by. For example, calling a how do you call the thing again? Damn it. Calling a dude a dudette. I'll just say it like that. That's one of their doctrines, man. That's the shit that they follow after. You know what I'm saying? But according to their philosophy, which they so-called also believe in, it's impossible. Hey, what's that? Something. Huh? What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Is that a fucking bird, man? God damn. Oh, man, you mother... That motherfucker, I think he took a shit on me, though. That bird. Damn. I think it was a bird. I think he missed me, too, but... Damn. He kind of missed. I saw something. Fuck, did he shit on my head, man? God, no, I touched the shit. I didn't even notice, man. Anyway, so, damn, what was I saying, though? There you go, then. Get your ass on. Anyway, you can't say nothing bad, because you're not a part of this. You ain't on my side. You ain't on their side. You ain't on our side. You on the other side. So your criticism is going to be met with death. My criticism is going to be met with, yeah, he just wants you to be better. That's what they're going to say about me. Right. So, right. Damn, didn't even see that. Right. So let me finish this up, man. Now it says here, Ezra chapter 10, verse 2. Yeah, verse 3. Now therefore let us make a covenant with our power Yahweh to put away all our wives. And I'm gonna use this in a spiritual form because our people went to them strange women. Proverbs chapter 5 verse 1 talks about the strange woman actually, which our people make into their wives, which is talking about other doctrines and other philosophies. I just gave an example concerning the doctrines and the philosophies. You can actually you can actually pinpoint it toward other directions, for example, but it's not specifically only targeted for their, the philosophy for their science so falsely called, and the doctrines for their mannerisms and ways and rules that they want to carry themselves and all those type of things and stuff like that, right? So it says here, and such, let me read it again, in Ezra chapter 10 verse 3. Now therefore let us make a covenant with our power Yahweh to put away all the wives and such as are born of them, according to the counsel of my Lord, and of those that tremble at the commandment of our power Yahweh, and let it be done according to the law. So now the Most High is gearing the Jacob descendants back away from their false wives, which is their false doctrines, their false philosophies. The Most High is gathering you back up to Him, and if you want to hear, you hear. If you don't, we gonna see what shall happen. So Matthew chapter 22, this is what we're doing right now. And don't forget, it is the northern tribes that are falling away now first. But I'm gonna end it with that. Let me read this verse. Let me see, what do I have here? Okay. So Matthew 22 and 1. Let me get it in the book, as I can see. I think it's here. Let me see, it's Matthew 22 and 1. I don't want my book to get wet, which is good because the Most High he be holding back the rain. I hope it's gonna be like the last time. Oh no, not that last time. I mean the other times before that. As soon as I was done teaching, the rain came. But yesterday, last week, it really caught me. Lucky for me, I was standing under that thing over there, because it was already raining the whole day, since the morning of it. Anyway, Matthew chapter 22 verse 1. And Yahushua answered and spake unto them again by parables, and said, The kingdom of heaven is like unto a certain man which made a marriage for his son, and sent forth his servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding, and they would not come. Well, that's actually how you call that thing? Proverbs chapter 9. Proverbs chapter 9 verse 1 and on down talks about that. So wait, let me read it here. Sorry. Right, so it says here. Right, Matthew 22 and 3. And sent forth his servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding, and they would not come. Again, he sent forth others, saying, Tell them which are bidden, Behold, I have prepared my dinner. My oxen and my fatlings are killed, and all the things are ready. Come unto the marriage. That's what's happening right now. The oxlings and the fatlings are being killed. Basically, that big meal is being prepared. And if you are lucky enough to participate at that table in order to eat the meal, that's going to be a great achievement. That's going to be something great. But let me jump to where I actually wanted to go. What is it? Okay, so it says right here. I'll just read that until 14. So it says, verse 3, and they would not come. Verse 4, again, he sent forth other servants, which are the maidens mentioned in the book of Proverbs chapter 9, which are the prophets, the servants of Yahweh, saying, Tell them which are bidden, Behold, I have prepared my dinner, my oxen and my fatlings are killed, and all things are ready. come unto the marriage. Verse 5, but they made light of it, and went their ways, one to his farm, another to his merchandise. Farm is a lot of money. Everybody in existence needs food. I know of one person that actually doesn't eat, but that's a whole nother story. The Most High made that unique. You can YouTube it. Woman that doesn't eat, you know, in Africa, you can YouTube it. You have another woman in Africa also had 55 children or something like that. So the Most High has exemptions, I should say, because you have Jacob descendants, the so-called black women, that they can grow long hair. A lot of times when they kind of mixed up, you know, but sometimes no, they do grow long hair, and you can Google that one too. Right, so let me read on. So it says here, verse 6, and the remnant took his servants and entreated them spitefully and slew them. O Jerusalem, Jerusalem, thou that murdereth the prophets. That's what it's talking about. Verse 7, but the king heard thereof, but when the king heard thereof, he was wroth, and he sent forth his armies and destroyed those murderers and burnt up their city. That's for example, he did that often. But if you read the book of 1 Ezra chapter 1, you will see that the Most High sent Nebuchadnezzar to come and butcher them. Verse 8, so said he to his servants, the wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy. The ones unto whom the Most High came, they're not worthy. And this is why, one of the reasons I'm supposed to be standing just in the midst of everybody else, saying, verse 9, Matthew 22 and 9, go ye therefore in the highways, and as many as you shall find, bid to the marriage. So those servants went out into the highways and gathered together all as many as they found, both good and bad. And the wedding was furnished with guests. Well, that's what I'm doing right now concerning talking to people that I know of and just meet and stuff like that. I talk to them certain, but I throw fish bones. No, not fish bones. I throw a fishing hook. And sometimes they bite, you know, they nibble on it and stuff like that. I can see them, you know, the now loading screen. I can see them thinking. Some of them bite and eat, but I'm still wary of those too, because I'm thinking, nah, maybe they might puke it out later. You know, when you're not looking, they're gonna puke it out. You know, and then they go back to their, you know, the dog go back to its vomit and stuff. What's up, man? The dog go back to his vomit and stuff like that. You know. So Matthew 22 and 11. Let me see. No, I was at 10. So those servants went out into the highways and gathered together. I already read that. Verse 11. And when the king came in to see the guests, he saw there a man which had not on a wedding garment. Yeah, he was just hanging around, thinking this thing is a cute thing. You need to have the scriptures within your soul. You need to be clothed with the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You need to have these scriptures in your head, man. You know, you have a lot of people that it's a twinkle thing. It's a flip side to it. You have certain people that you know, in order to make themselves feel better, they might say like, yeah, you know, he know a lot of scriptures, but he doesn't apply these scriptures. You know what I'm saying? Because they only caught him on one mistake. That's why King David is a great example for me, because I can look at him and be like, damn, Mosiah is, you know, he still have mercy on him. Okay, cool. But you shouldn't test that. You shouldn't go and try and play it out like, you know, Doesnt tempt Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. But sometimes, you know, people piss you off, then there will come a point of you don't want to return. That rage is in your soul. Then, you know, you need to calm down. You know, I speak out of experience. You need to calm down. Best thing also is just basically, you know, just be cool, cat. Think of yourself. That's about the time you should start thinking about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because if you think about others, you're not gonna, well, not that you're not gonna make it or something, but you're not gonna see straight. Because you're gonna be raging. Anyway, so wait, let me go on. No, it says here. Where was I? Yeah. So when you come to Yahweh Bashem Yahshai, you need to have the armor of God on. Ephesians chapter 6. This word is the armor. This word is the clothing. You know, some of them, all of them will have the wedding garment, and all of them will have the armor, so that you are protected against the lies, philosophies, and doctrines of this world. And you will have the wedding garment also at the same time, because Yahweh Shai is going to come, and basically we are espoused unto him, and then he's going to have that marriage. We're going to have that marriage with Yahweh Bashem Yahshai. Lord willing, will be of that the chosen chaste virgins. Chaste virgins. I wanted to say chase. So anyway, verse 12. And it says here, and he said unto him, Friend, how comest thou hither not having a wedding garment? And he was speechless. Yeah, what are you doing here? We're talking about Yahweh Bashem Yahshai. You here just like Yahweh Shai said. They here because of the food. They here because it looks pretty. They here because they want to be partakers of a joint thing. They want to be in a group. They want to feel great about themselves. But anyway, back to the example that was given. You have certain people that say like, okay, he knows a lot of scriptures, but he doesn't apply one of them or something like that. But then that's sometimes to make themselves feel better. But then you do have a person that knows a lot of scriptures, and then what does he do with all these scriptures? He goes out and teach others. Then you might say, okay, but yeah, you're a hypocrite, and yeah, but you did this. Name me 3 things that I would say that I did. I actually want to say 2, but I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. 3. To wherewith that would be a problem in Yahweh Bashem Yahshai. Therefore, you need to watch people that are glorifyingly saying that, you know a lot of scriptures. You motherfucker, you're supposed to know a lot of scriptures too. You know, it's like there was this place where there's a place where I live, and you got dudes knowing the truth, trying to have sex with girls that just had a fucking baby. That's the type of shit. That's the type of niggas that you're around. You gotta watch the fuck out, man. Dude trying to have sex with a girl that had given child 2 months before that, still trying to have sex with her, claiming knowing Yahweh Bashem Yahshai. That's the type of monkeys you're around. That's the type of niggas you're around. And then later on, you start hearing these things from the girl their own mouth. You be looking at that shit like, damn, I didn't know dude was on that tip. You know, you're not allowed to have that. First and foremost, it'll be 33 days or something like that. It's still, motherfucker, it doesn't matter if the girl is not with the guy no more. Why are you trying to tap that? The girl got a baby. Why are you still trying to tap that? So there's a lot of wicked, evil, sinning type of mentalities upon the planet Earth, man. You know? And yeah, so that's why you gotta watch out. You know what I'm saying? Just watch yourself. Don't be paying too much attention to other people, because if you look too long at them, you're gonna see their sins. And those are the ones that are trying to come and correct you. But then again, what I would say is like basically take their correction, do as they say, but don't do as they do. That's why I'm trying to keep myself away from all that type of nonsense concerning hopping up in this bed and then hopping up in another bed and stuff like that. I ain't doing that shit, man. I'm focusing on something else. You know, I'm focusing on spiritual, you know what I'm saying? I want that perfect hatred, and I want that spiritual power. Why? Everybody that done a little thing, you gonna be sorry in that day, man. That's what I want. I don't need all that, you can have the pussy. I don't need all that puss from left and right. You can have all that shit, man. Because I know that there's a lot of trouble that come down with that. You know, you got girls here, you got girls there. Before you know it, one of them is pregnant. And before you know it, you sitting up in court. I ain't got time for that in my life, man. The Heavenly Father willing. What I would love to do is live a peaceful life, calm life and stuff like that. And then once I get that spiritual power, I'm going to chase you. Heavenly Father willing. That's about the time you ain't going to see mercy. You know, I have a lot of mercy on a lot of people. Patience with a lot of people. Actually, I have a lot of patience, actually, if I think about it. Until you fuck over. And then I lose that patience. And then it's lost. Then it's lost. It's hard to get back. It's hard for me to look at you and be like, this motherfucker. because you did shit. Now I'm angry. And you have a lot of people that will not apologize. But I'm going to apologize, even if I know in my mind, if I think I didn't do anything. Still do it. And then, they might boast against you like, but you're the one that's sorry. Sorry, I met your monkey ass. How about that? Like I said, you have a lot of people that you want to teach them, you want to talk to them and stuff like that, but it's all a lot of bullshit's going on, man. A lot of bullshit going on. They don't want to listen to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. They want to listen to themselves. Therefore, the Most High is gathering up the northern tribes right now. Since you love that Caesar Borgia so much, Trump gonna show you something. And then, you Judites, or I should say the southern tribers, Judah, Benjamin, and in the midst of them is Levi, you're going to feel that wrath from the Most High too, once that time comes. So let me read on, man, because I kept on talking. I kept on talking and I keep on talking, sorry. So in Matthew 22 and 12, and he said unto him, Friend, how camest thou in hither, not having a wedding garment? And he was speechless. So you're supposed to have this truth within you, man. Verse 13. Then said the king to the servants, Bind him hand and foot, and take him away, and cast him into outer darkness. There shall be there shall be gnashing, there shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Verse 14. For many are called, but few are chosen. So, many are called. So that's what we're doing right now. Calling on the elect, calling on cars. We're putting out an APB for the Jacob descendants. Whether you're here, whether you're forbid, doesn't matter. All we need to do is just talk. And Yahweh Ratazah, all I need to do is just wait. I just want to wait. Doing nothing up on this planet of just waiting. Once I get that, like I said, I often make a joke. It's not a joke. It's actually for real. But I say it in a joking manner. Like the second that the second that I wake up and I sneeze or whatever, achoo! There's fire come up on my nose or smoke, whatever. Man, it's on. It's straight up its on. So like I said, you better like pray that I don't get that power, because if I do, you're gonna be in trouble. Well, I actually know who I'm talking about. Right. So, but yeah, need to be what we need to be doing is watching out, watch his brothers pray, and don't be laughing at another. Because Judah, your time will come too. And I hope I'm not a part of that. But I see y'all laughing at the northern tribes. I'm laughing too. But I'm laughing because I'm on a hateful tip. How? I see them worshiping Caesar Borgia. I see them kissing Esau's ass. So when Esau turned on him and snatched him up, I get to laughing. I think that's funny. Because I know for sure, damn sure, I'm going to give you an example. Moabites and Japheth and stuff like that, when I stand next to them, they grab their purse. Cool cat. But then Esau be robbing their whole motherfucking country. I'd be laughing at that. That's what you deserve. Why? You laughed at me? No. Actually, I should say it different. You thought I was the one that you should be afraid of. You thought that I was the danger, until he showed you. No, he's the danger. Same thing for the northern tribes with Esau. They think he's the glory and the epiphany of beauty. You're gonna find out that the dark one is the glory and epiphany of beauty. Starting with Yahweh, then his son Yahushai, and then the 12 tribes, which your dumbass is a part of. Same thing for the dumbasses of Judah and Benjamin. I just say southern tribers. With your dumbass, you're following after him. You're following after on Esau, Caesar Borgia. You're following after Ishmael with the Islam thing. Anyway, speaking of the Islam thing, even in the book of the Islam, it says that The Israelites, the Bible is the book that the Quran is based off of. I think, whatever. Fuck it. I was trying to get back on it. It came in my head and I slipped again. Man. So anyway, so with that, I'm gonna give all praises to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Adawah Kodash, the Valana Son to the Elder Apostles, a great millstone for the teachings of the scriptures, among other things. And Shalom to the sincere Akim across the world. Shalom.